Well, you all requested this, and I heard you loud and clear. Hey guys, the Black Critic Guy here by popular demand to review the TV movie which also served as the series finale to Ed, Edd n Eddy called Ed, Edd n Eddy's Big Picture Show. So Ed, Edd n Eddy's Big Picture Show begins in the aftermath of one of the Ed's scams gone totally wrong. Like, this is probably one of their biggest blunders yet, and everybody is pissed off and wants their hides. Fearing the retribution for their actions, the Eds flee the cul-de-sac and begin a journey to Eddie's brother's house to seek sanctuary before the kids catch up to them. Now, I, like many others, were waiting for them to make an Ed, Edd n Eddy movie for years. I mean, all the other Cartoon Network shows got their own movies, and some of them even got 2 movies made. You mean to tell me that they were able to make a My Gym Partner's a Monkey movie before they even considered making an Ed, Edd n Eddy movie? What? But they finally answered our prayers in 2008 when they announced that they were making an Ed, Edd n Eddy movie to serve as its series finale, and I was super duper ecstatic. I couldn't wait to see it. And after reviewing the Ed, Edd n Eddy TV series, I started noticing a growing trend in the comments section with people asking me what my thoughts were on the Ed, Edd n Eddy movie and if I could review it. And I was more than willing to oblige. So I rewatched the movie again last night, and after seeing it once more, I have to say, I really enjoyed seeing the Ed, Edd n Eddy Big Picture Show. A lot of the elements that we come to love about the show are present here in the movie. The great animation, the solid voice acting, the entertaining characters, the slapstick, although we're going to talk a little bit more about that later on, the self-referential humor, 3 of which I noticed right off the bat, and I actually enjoyed the story. I found it very interesting where the kids just finally had enough with the Eds. They've gone too far, and it got so bad that the Eds themselves feel like their lives are in danger and they need to get out of town. And I, for one, love the fact that we never really get to know what the big scam was or how it went wrong. Sure, the characters mention it briefly now and again in the film, but we never get a full, detailed description as to what occurred on that fateful day that led the kids to be so angry at the Eds, leaving it up to the audience's imagination as to what could have happened during that event, which I thought was really well done. Very Reservoir Dogs-esque. Another great element to this movie is that we got some good bonding moments with the Eds, seeing the dynamic of their friendship get put to the test, which actually led to some of the more emotional and revealing scenes where Eddie actually admits fault, which really shocked me and touched me. You really get a sense that these 3 are strong friends. Yes, they may annoy you, yes, they may piss you off, but at the end of the day, they're still your buddies. Not only did we get some good bonding moments with the Eds, but we also got some interesting insight on Kevin and Naz's relationship that I personally found really funny. And for all of you out there who think Naz is a tomboy, you won't be thinking that after seeing this movie, trust me. And then we got the introduction to Eddie's brother, which I thought was well done, pulling a 180 on what we've come to expect of Eddie's brother through what Eddie told us over the years. Instead of being this cool, loving, caring, and awesome bro that Eddie has always described him as, he turns out to be this really pompous jerk that picks on Eddie. A twist that, although makes sense, I never saw coming. And then there's the ending. I have a lot of things to say about the ending, but the good thing that I took away from the ending is that I found it very refreshing, and I did like that it ended on a positive note, something that I wanted to see in the movie. But believe it or not, guys, as much as I did enjoy watching this movie, and I absolutely adore the series, I did have a few problems with this film. First off, the biggest problem with this movie was that there was way too much slapstick. I mean, it was just all over the place, to the point where even Eddie makes mention that he's getting sick of the slapstick. What made the Ed, Edd n Eddy TV show so great was that there was a really good balance between the slapstick comedy and the dialogue comedy. In this movie, they focus way too much on the slapstick that it just got very repetitive and really obnoxious. And for me personally, I didn't find the slapstick in the movie as funny as the slapstick in the TV series. Another big issue was the splitting up of the characters, which I believe worked against the movie. Although the show does mainly focus on the Eds, the show in its entirety is an ensemble piece. The show and its characters are at their best when the characters react to each other, with the Eds scamming the kids and the kids falling for the scam made by the Eds. If you were to take any of those elements out, the show wouldn't be as fun, as memorable, as enjoyable, or as entertaining as it is. It's kind of like what Arrested Development did in its 4th season, where each character had their own episode arc, but they never really had a lot of interactions with the other families, which made the show. Same thing happened here in this movie. Having the characters scattered throughout the entire movie left little to no humorous interactions between the characters, an element that made the show really great and turned out to be a detriment to the film. And then we got Eddie's brother's comeuppance. I thought it was very lackluster and quite tame compared to what Eddie's brother did to Eddie. I mean, he definitely deserved more than what he got. And finally, the ending. As much as I was very happy that they ended the series on a positive note, I felt like the execution of it was very lackluster and very forced. Similar to Eddie's brother's comeuppance, it could have been done way better. Now, I won't go into great detail in this video explaining why I didn't like the ending to this movie, which is also the ending to this series. I'll save that for another video later. But to sum it all up, I just felt like the ending to this movie was incredibly forced and that the Eds did not earn their happy ending. But overall, although I did have some huge glaring problems with this movie, I still really enjoyed watching Ed, Edd n Eddy's Big Picture Show. It still had many of the elements that I had come to love from the show, and I felt like it was a decent ending to the series. And because of that, I'm gonna give this film a 3.5 out of 5 stars. It's an enjoyable film, especially for fans of Ed, Edd n Eddy. It is the movie that we were waiting for, and it does end on a pretty good note. Its execution? Not so much. But anyway, what did you guys think about this film, especially Ed, Edd n Eddy fans? Did you really like it? Were you satisfied with it? Or did you have a lot of glaring issues with it? Did you find it disappointing? And did you outright hate the ending? And let me know, what is your favorite Cartoon Network TV movie? Comment below and let me know. And stay tuned, I have a bunch of videos coming your way. And until those videos come, guys, hit that subscribe button if you're new to my channel. Welcome to the Black Critic Guy. Like this video if you really enjoyed it. And I'm 21 the second, the Black Critic Guy. Till then, peace, YouTube.